afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez, and this is Newsfeed. The Senate is holding a caucus this afternoon to discuss their legislative priorities and possibly the next steps on the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte following the Supreme Court ruling declaring the impeachment articles unconstitutional. Hannah T joins us live from the Senate. Hannah, has this been raised already, and will the Senate respect the SC decision?
We're still waiting to see if the senators will emerge from Senate President Cheese Escudero's office. This is the first closed-door caucus of the 20th Congress, and also the first time the Senate is holding a caucus under Escudero's leadership since he assumed the role of Senate President during the 19th Congress, replacing then Senate President Mig Zubiri. The purpose of today's caucus is to determine the Senate's next steps on key priority bills, possible committee reorganizations, and while it's not officially on the agenda, of course, we are looking forward that the impeachment case against VP Sara will be brought up, and under a new Congress, you're right, no, they're expected to discuss on whether they should proceed with the trial or not, despite the Supreme Court's ruling declaring the impeachment articles unconstitutional. So far, wala pa naman tayong nakukuhang information kung nakapag-usap na ba sila regarding the impeachment case. Pero nag-release ng statement si Senate Minority Leader Tito Sotto tungkol sa caucus nila, first caucus ng minority bloc sa 20th Congress, at sinabi niya doon na we have so much to discuss, although hindi niya nabanggit kung napag-usapan nila yung impeachment case ni VP Sara, pero sinabi niya na they will meet regularly to make sure their stand is clear, their principles are firm, and their work is focused on protecting the public interest. So kung matatandaan natin, may kahapon na buo ang minority bloc, yan ang pinamumunuan ngayon ni Senate Minority Leader Tito Sotto, kasama sina Senators Risa Ontiveros at iba pang veteran lawmakers na sina Ping Lacson, Mig Zubiri at Loren Legarda. Mai?
Hannah, do we have a poll of senators who expressed their position on the SC ruling? So far, ilan ba ang pabor sa desisyon ng Supreme Court at ilan ang hindi?
May siguro simulan natin dun sa mismong stance kanina ni Senate President Cheese Escudero. Sinabi niya personally, dapat daw sundin itong Supreme Court ruling. Pero syempre sinabi niya rin na iba itong desisyon ng body na posibleng ang maitackle mamaya sa plenary at around 3 p.m. Sumunod dyan si Senate President Pro Tempore Jinggoy Estrada, at sinabi niya na the Senate should also abide by the ruling when the session opens. At base doon sa pagbibilang natin, simula nang mailabas itong Supreme Court decision, hindi bababa sa 10 senators ang whether firmly or cautiously, they will follow or respect the SC ruling. So medyo mataas o malaki yung bilang na ito, no? Hindi pa natin sigurado kung mas tataas pa ito mamaya sa plenary. Pero so far kasi, 2 senators pa lang yung they're openly calling for the Senate to move forward with the impeachment trial. Yan ay sina Senators Risa Ontiveros at Senator Bam Aquino. Mai?
Thank you, Hannah T, live from the Senate. Breaking news in the missing Sabongeros case, the National Police Commission has filed administrative charges against 12 active police officers following a complaint filed by whistleblower Dondon Patidongan over the disappearance of the cockfight enthusiast. Patidongan earlier revealed that police officers were involved in the case where dozens of Sabongeros were kidnapped and supposedly killed between 2021 and 2022. Patidongan was a former employee of gaming tycoon Atong Ang, whom he called the mastermind behind the disappearances. He also previously said that the number of deaths could be up in the hundreds. He also said the bodies of the Sabongeros were dumped in Taal Lake, prompting search and retrieval operations in recent weeks. Stay tuned to the Billionaire News channel for updates on this developing story. Despite differing views on President Marcos's SONA, Filipinos abroad unite in support of a just and united Philippines, including calls for due process for former President Rodrigo Duterte. More on this from Abante Radio anchor Rocky Ignacio, joining us all the way from The Hague in the Netherlands. Hi Rocky, go ahead.
Hi, good morning, Mai. Nandito pa rin po tayo sa The Hague kung saan nga ay nakausap natin ang ilang mga Filipinos na kaugnay pa rin po ng katatapos ng State of the Nation address ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Iba't ibang opinyon ang mga sinabi nila pero hindi na daw po sila nagulat kung hindi man nasama sa SONA ang issue ng impeachment case at maging ang detention sa ICC ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Pero nananaig pa rin sa kanila yung hangad nila na magkaroon pa rin o makita pa rin nila ang nagkakaisang Pilipinas. May mga pumunta dito sa The Hague mula sa United Kingdom, sa Brussels at nagtungo sila doon sa Duterte Street para lang makasalumuha rin yung mga Pilipino dito sa Netherlands na nagsimula pang manatili doon sa lugar na yon bilang suporta sa dating Pangulo. More than 130 days na silang nagpupunta doon. Kapag merong time after the work, pumupunta sila doon sa Duterte. Tinatawag nilang Duterte Street. Samantala, sinabi nila na yung flood control project kasi isa sa mga nakikita nilang dapat pagtuunan ng pansin ng Marcos administration. Kaya natuwa rin sila nang mabanggit ito ng Pangulo at sinabi nga ng Pangulo sa kanyang SONA na sisilipin niya yung mga naging proyekto kung ano ang nangyari. Dahil ayaw rin na makita ng mga Pilipino dito na nagkakaroon ng panganib ang ating mga kababayan sa Pilipinas dahil sa malawakang pagbaha. At sabi nga nila, kailangan talagang umunlad ang Pilipinas dahil kung sila okay abroad pero nananatili sa Pilipinas ang kanilang mga pamilya at iba pang mahal sa buhay. Samantala para naman sa ibang Pinoy ay tila iniiwasan ng Marcos administration na pag-usapan ang dalawang isyong ito ng pamilya Duterte. Nakausap natin si Wilfred Cruz mula sa United Kingdom at ito ang kanyang sinabi.
Dapat talaga binanggit yun, kaso hindi. So sila kasi ang nangunguna ngayon Sila ang nakaupo, so wala tayong magagawa doon. Pero may hangganan naman ng lahat May hangganan, may katapusan. Kaya si Pangulong President Duterte, matatapos din ang lahat. May katapusan din to. Makakauwi din siya.
Okay, may mga kababayan tayo na talagang nagtutungo dito sa The Hague para lamang mula sa iba't ibang bahagi ng Europa para lamang maipakita ang suporta sa dating Pangulo na nauna na rin sinabi ni dating presidential spokesperson Harry Roque na nananatili sa detention facility ang dating Pangulo matapos nga lumabas ang ilang mga report dyan sa Pilipinas na di umano ay wala na ito sa detention facility. Nag-uulat mula dito sa The Hague, ako si Rocky Ignacio.
Thanks for that report, Abante Radio anchor Rocky Ignacio, live from The Hague in the Netherlands. Maraming salamat. Now in sports, Pinoy pride. On the global football stage, Filipino-Spanish player Pedro Fernandez stunned in his first match for FC Barcelona's senior team. The 17-year-old scored just 9 minutes into his debut last July 27th. The Spanish-born central attacking midfielder became the first player of Filipino lineage to do so since Barca legend Paulino Alcantara over a century ago. Fernandez's breakout goal sparks viral pride and fresh hope he may one day play for the Philippines. Stay tuned for more news on the Billionaire News Channel. I'm Mai Rodriguez.